Hello, I'm back again to talk about setting up another one of these production problems. And so this problem I've taken from your book, the back of the chapter. And so this is problem number 3.4, and it's about Valencia products. So Valencia Products is an automobile radar detector manufacturer, and they assemble two models. And one is the laser stop and the other is the speed buster. And so I've taken this table directly from your book. And then the firm tells us that it can sell, all of its products, and that both products use electronic components. And then the information given below was taken from the table. They also go ahead and tell us that the components for these products come from two suppliers. There's supplier A, which is limited to 4,000 components, and supplier B, which is limited to 3,500 components. So we know limited to means that it's going to be less than or equal to, it cannot exceed that amount. So now, given all this information, let's just set up this model. And the table tells us that the profit per unit for the laser stop is $124, and the profit per unit for the speed buster is $136. So we know that because we're talking about profit, we want to maximize the profit. So let me minimize this. And so we know we're going to this is a maximization problem because we're talking about profit. And again, I'll call the laser at L, and I'll call the speed bump an S. So we're going to maximize $124 of L plus $136 of S, right? Let's go on and identify or define our constraints. And so we know that our constraints are as follows, that for supplier A, right, we know that there's 18L plus 12S has to be less than or equal to, because we're limited to 4,000 units, right? And we know that for supplier B, that 6L plus the 8S has to be less than or equal to the 3,500, right? And then finally, we know that L and S cannot be negative. They have to be greater than or equal to 0. And this is one of the ones, this is always racks students up. You have to remember to say that your variables, that you're optimizing, have to be greater than or equal to 0. So that is this problem in a nutshell. If you have questions, inbox me. I'm going to also show you how to work this problem using Excel.